another episode, and I've just uploaded one to YouTube there, right? Because become obvious, right? How does it all occur, the trans medicine and the Jesus idea? It just became obvious to us, like, that Jesus means users, Jesus just means users. So, praise Jesus, bless Jesus, and all this. Just bless the users of the trans medicine. Simple as. Of course, this is the Red Cross idea, the same as in medical. The nails, is basically the injections, right? The free injections, so free masonry. It's just as simple as that. To be honest, it's users, right? Trans users. So you see, basically, all this stuff become Jesu, which of course is the same thing in that Jesu, right? Just simply Jesus idea, Of course, this is computers, technology or whatever, but obviously you can be a drug user, right? And, this is interesting. Now we have an abuser, right? Because he be blood group, right? Like Abraham, Abraham and the AB blood group. So this is totally coded with that to be a user and an abuser or something, right? So they wanted always going on about domestic abuse and all this. So Jesus consumes substances that alter their physical or mental state. And so when you're talking about a trance, that's the ultimate description of it. To alter the physical state, become a trance, right? $37.3, That's 100% what it's about. The Jesus thing. Smart recovery, of course, that means trance. Trance. And these was interesting comments about drugs, right? And when you have Sikhism, right, you have the Gurdwara temples. So basically the Gurd is the drug, backwards, right? The war, the Ram or the Jew, right? The drug Jew. And Sikhism, Sikhism, Jesus healed the sick, right? Healing the sick, H for healing and the sick. So this is totally to do with the same stuff. Our religion is to do with this stuff, and the Jews are basically the what do you call it, the proprietors or something of the medicine, They're just simply the type of like the jewels in the crown, again that's Indian, the jewels in the crown, right? So it's all to do with Indianism. Indian religion comes from India, basically, even in Chinese, right? In Japanese, when you got Buddha is Indian, right? So all religion comes from India, and that includes especially Christianity, Judaism and all that, right? So you see that the drugs policy idea, the place of assembly and worship. Synagogue means assembly, if you remember that. So you got the sin and the sick, in these religions, right? So they were healing sin and healing the sick. See what I mean? Via trans medicine. Of course, guru is just like Juru, Juru. And Grant is like the transgender, The transgender, backwards in that. Grant. So 100%, you know what I mean? World War, the drugs den, drugs den. See, like the Sikhism, the Sikh and the Sin, it's the same thing basically, right? And, see that one there? It's like the Indian wheel, the spinning wheel idea from India. Course 6 points. Still a type of spinning wheel, right? So all these things are same again. That's like the Muslimic idea on them. And again, the pricks, the pinpricks. So our religion is basically the same thing, So they wonder like they're gone on about a one world religion or something, because they're all the same anyway, So at some point, obviously, they're gonna come together and that, right? See there how synagogue, right, is also known as shul, right, a shul. So you have Shulam Firestone. Radical feminist, of course, that because obviously this was brought about to basically essentially get rid of ultimately get rid of the sex, bring about unity and non-sex, Adam's that were on that. And there you have this place Kerala, which is really associated with Jews in India, right? Yeah, the word really means land of coconuts. Land of coconuts. Funny how we have Allah, Allah and that, right? So another one of religions, sort of stitched in with it. You basically have that name Kerry, right? The one that Kerry is the day with the Indian place, John Kerry going to India, obviously a Jew with a totally artificial face in that. He became the India envoy or something. There's George Gurdjieff, right? As you can see, 777 code JJJ. FF for 66, right? And the drug, right? Again, looking like an Indian straight away. They're very similar to Gandhi and all that. He's supposed to be a mystic philosopher and all this, where, he's obviously trans, so no wonder, right? Great Armenian. And their sacred dances and all that. Definitely on the trans medicine. Oral transmission, taking the medicine orally. So of course you get the name Gordon, right? Gordon, which is basically to do with a drug, right? On drugs. It's on drugs idea, Gordon, right? See in this hex, drug smugglers, Tyrone Gordon, TG, transgender. The drugs gang, Gordon Stables. I was taking the piss basically. It's Andrew Gordon, Andrew Gordon and the drugs gang. See, that goes back to chasing the dragon. Which basically it's usually to do with heroin. Again, that's like a profane cover up, the biggest drug what they use in the world is the trans medicine scene. And they keep totally quiet about it. Stum is what the Jews say, It's funny how you got heroin, right? Munjar family. Then you got Heru, India. So like I see, this is coming from the Maharishis and the Alis. Gotta be the entire world operation. Like the Maharishis has got to be the top of the chain. Like can't. And as you say, Indian billionaire businessman. Of course, Western countries are still paying out foreign aid to India based on these type of ideas of the place as being poor. Right? All these type of third world ideas. Of course, there's more millionaires and billionaires over there than anywhere else. Barium, what do you call it, Monte Carlo or something like that, Piss take, total piss take. Again, right, to use this type of, when you talk about Indian medicine, you get straight away into Ayurveda, which gives them the idea of holistic, natural, and organic and all this, right? So again, basically covering up, like distracting from what they're really about, which is producing the trans medicine. And this gives exactly the opposite type idea. It's all this natural medicine and all that. See what I mean? It's always written like this, black is white, white is black, and like opposite, to protect like the realities of what's going on, always. Actual fact, this place produces all the trans medicine, I would say. In like massive quantities, industrial quantities. And we know how there's always pentagrams and they're 5-pointed stars, right? Now in all the stuff in the West and all that, you see this come under dosha, right? As you see there, the bond transformation, light, movement, cold. So, dosha, this is like something to do with it, right? It's a central term. The person's body and mind. Science of life. It's Ayurveda. So that totally to do with this, where they've moved the star from this upwards one pointing up, moved it so that the star point downwards. So that's obviously something to do with it. It's a dosha's idea, it's Indian based. 4 elements in the material world, right? See, so that's totally to do with it. How the heck natural people and protect their own transes and all that. Of course, that's a symbol of unity, the cutting off. And of course, Islamic.